I'm Michael Rex, the author of this book, The Adventures of Micah Mushmellow, and Boy Told Me This. Micah Mushmellow, from which the kid's name is derived, the main character's name, is a Talmudic expression that means, what does this teach us? What do we learn from this? And the book is basically, I guess what you would call a piss take on the Sherlock Holmes stories of Conan Doyle, in which Holmes and Watson have been transmuted into a couple of Hasidic children in contemporary Brooklyn. I came up with much of the idea for this actually when Beatrice from Quattro, many years ago, used to work at the Conan Doyle room at the Toronto Public Library, and passed me a Yiddish translation of a couple of Sherlock Holmes stories, which I just thought was like, this is bizarre. Why are these in Yiddish? And I read them and I thought, well, you know, I would love to do something that captured that kind of weird flavor, because a Sherlock Holmes story in Yiddish and a Sherlock Holmes story in English, even where they're the same story, are not exactly the same story. And I wanted to get that kind of strange cultural background or baggage into the context of an almost Victorian English, but heavily larded, so to speak, with Yiddish. So that's what I did.
My name is Beatrice Hausner, and I've known Michael since university. We met at the Robarts Library, I believe, in University of Toronto or somewhere like that. Contrary to everybody that I knew until then, I found in Michael a person who was and is completely at home in talking and doing and singing and being in contemporary popular culture and in the most erudite, literary, critical environment you can imagine. Michael is the first person I've met as a young and, how would I say it, as a young, trying to be avant-garde person who actually knew what surrealism is. And it is a person who doesn't just imagine those melting clocks of Dali. Anyway, so Michael and I became fast friends. We sort of both repudiated our academic lives pretty early for me, a little later for him, with a lot more that he gave up as a result, and started to write. And Michael has written a lot more than me, I grant you that. And Michael is a very, very, very good writer and a very good editor, a person I've given some of my writing and translations for editing, and he's really, really been a fantastic collaborator in that sense. Anyway, I was so happy when one of my best friends suddenly became a cause célèbre after the publication of Born to Fetch. And when we established Quattro Books with my partners Luciano Jacobelli, John Calabro, and Alan Breesmaster, we decided that we would publish novellas. And we were looking around for novellas, and so I asked Michael, do you have a novella? And it so happened that Michael had a perfect novella, except that, and luckily for us, it was unpublished in English, although it had been published in German translation first. Working on this novella was a complete holiday for me. It was a very finished book. It required almost no work at all, and it was a lot of fun. It's a hugely entertaining little piece of genius, and I really do hope that it'll bring Quattro enormous success. We are contemplating, we're so close now with advanced orders and sales that we're actually thinking and trying to time when the second printing of this book will take place. Yeah.
Oh, there's good news. I didn't know
You didn't know
this.
that. But you see the problem, we won't go into Canadian publishing because it's too
Let's
boring.
not.
Yes. But in any case, this is good news for us. We hope it's a very lucky book for Quattro.
And why don't you tell us what you're doing here?
What we're doing here tonight, and we have to go back in, is we're launching Michael's book along with two other books of Quattro. One is by Gianna Patriarca, a book of poems called My Etruscan Face, and the other is an anthology of flower poetry edited by Lily Contento.